Yo, what's poppin'? People, your boy Snacks is back in the building with another banger. And you know how we do before we get started. We got to give a shout out to all the channel subscribers, all of the channel members, and also you, the channel viewer, for taking the time out to watch this video. But while you're here, do us a solid. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that little star and hype your boy up. You know what I'm talking about? And y'all know we cannot start a video without giving a shout out to the ladies, the beautiful ladies of the CU1Ts, because they are always in the building, always showing support. So if you see a CU1T in the comment section or in the live chat, make sure you give them a big, big shout out. We love the ladies with their pretty ass. Big shout out to the CU1T. But y'all know how we get down. Y'all know how this go. All that hate for Shedeur. All them lies told on Shedeur. But we gonna talk about it. Cause now them teammates starting to speak up. Y'all ready? Let's go. After a star-studded performance on Sunday, after Shedeur Sanders put up 300, 23 for 42 for 393, 4 touchdowns, 1 INT. 393 was total yards. It's really 394. You're missing one. Y'all remember all them lies they told about Shedeur, about how he wasn't liked in the locker room, how his teammates, all that stuff. Well, come Sunday, we was all saying, hey, he did his thing. You got to name him the starter for the rest of the season. Kevin Stefanski was on this week-to-week crap. But in the press conference, Mary Kay just asked him, hey, is Shedeur going to be your starter for the rest of the year? I think that was a pre-planned question. She had already ran it by Kevin Stefanski and was like, hey, go and pop this one in there so I can look good. And Kevin said, yeah, Shedeur Sanders will start the rest of the season. He just said yes after she asked the question and didn't go on to elaborate. She just said yes. But Shedeur Sanders will be the starter for the remainder of the season. 4 more games to completely show his ass, and that's what will happen. Because we told y'all from the jump, all that crap they was telling you, Shedeur Sanders ain't ready. Shedeur Sanders behind Dylan Gabriel was a lie. Was a lie. But we got one of his teammates, defensive end Alex Wright, who talks really, really highly of Shedeur Sanders. To let y'all know what time it is, that Shedeur really is him.
He brings an energy of his own. Like Shedeur has been the same person since he stepped foot in Cleveland. Like there's nothing changed about him. He's always the happy-go-lucky person that's in the locker room, always shaking people's hands, making jokes and stuff like that. And then when it's time to put on the pads and put on the helmet, it's time to work. Like even when I come in to the facility, I see him in the office every day with Coach Stefanski, like just going over film and stuff like that. So it's
You know, that's the same thing Miles told us. When he come in the morning, hey, Shedeur already in here trying to get this work. He doing all the extra stuff to get better.
it's unnoticeable. It's noticeable on my part because I'm an observant person. When I come in, I don't really say much. I don't really because I'm not a morning person, so I keep my head down and stuff like that. But I see him in there asking questions, and he's not afraid to ask questions. So just for him to be that poised rookie and stuff like that, that's not afraid to go out there and throw the football. Of course, he's a rookie. There's always gonna be mistakes in the game of football. There's always gonna be missed assignments. There's always gonna be missed opportunities and stuff like that. That's just
Yeah, but they out here acting like he can't have none of those. Everything he do got to be perfect. They looking for any flaw, any mistake. The mistake was made when he didn't start after Joe Flacco was sat out. That was the mistake. The mistake is on the coaching staff. The mistake is on Kevin Stefanski. That's coaching malpractice. That's team negligence, and that is conduct detrimental to the team. Stefanski needs to be fired.
Part of it, it's the fact that you could go up and do it again the next play. So I feel like with Shedeur, we just gonna take the next steps. We're gonna be behind them, and just keep cheering him and keep telling him to be who he is. So at the end of the day, I got nothing but love for Shedeur. I just want him to see just like everybody else on the team.
Right. They 100% behind their quarterback. And look at this right here. Michael Reddick said, I hope this will put an end to the narrative that's been spread around about those that are not on the inside of that organization. And Wright isn't the only player that said that Stefanski has spent time with him. There was no agenda to hold him back. Now is his time to shine. It was an agenda. How can y'all not see what took place? See, that's the problem with people who try to ignore the obvious. The obvious is that either Kevin Stefanski had an agenda or Kevin Stefanski is bad at his job. One of the two. Anything else don't mix. Because if he didn't have an agenda, then his evaluation process is horrible. And he can't evaluate quarterbacks. If he thought by any field that Dylan Gabriel was a better quarterback than Shedeur Sanders, it's illogical. Nobody has ever said that. Even if he was a 5th round quarterback, nobody has ever said that Dylan Gabriel was better than Shedeur Sanders. Hell, we saw it in practice. Y'all saw it in practice. Y'all saw the stats just like we did. All that information. So it can't be but one or two things. Either Kevin Stefanski had an agenda or Kevin Stefanski can't evaluate quarterbacks. And he is bad at his job. Either way it go, he got to be fired because either one ain't right. Tell me I'm wrong. You can't. Because either way it go, Stefanski is wrong. And he is no good for Shedeur. That's all I'm saying. It's just that you have to pick your battles. And this battle that Stefanski chose was, you was going to lose this from day one. Because I told y'all about messing with God's children. Never works. You never win. Either Kevin Stefanski don't know his job, or he just flat out didn't like Shedeur and was trying to give Dylan Gabriel every opportunity to outshine Shedeur so he wouldn't have to put him in the game. Because he knew that Shedeur was better than him. You tell me. We'll just let T Rizzo ask the question.
Shedeur looked great. It's so obvious that all the kid needs is game reps, let alone practice reps. Let him play the damn games. All I know is they should have had this kid in from the beginning of the year. God knows where they'd be right now. Where'd he be right now? His development. What you're watching right now is a field general. Kid is a leader. You could tell in an instant when he's on the field. He's playing behind a bad O-line. And as I said, he needs more games rep. He looked better than Cam Ward. Come on. Give me a break. 10 times better. By the way, he can hit a big play. Pinpoint elite accuracy on some of those passes. Now, did he make a bad throw? Sure he did. Threw a pick. So did Cam Ward. Did he miss a couple open guys? Yes, but he missed less open guys. And his footwork's a mess, and he pats the ball, but that's him. Doesn't matter. He put that ball, the throw to Njoku was throw and catch of the year. His throw to Judy was a thing of beauty. His throw down the sidelines to Harold Fannin was right on the fingertips. Insane. I don't know about the Browns, but I want to see more of this kid, and I'm ready to bring him back next year. Dylan Gabriel, I don't know what their plans are for him.
We know what their plans are for him. For him to sit his ass on that bench and play backup quarterback like he should have been doing from the jump. You can't deny what Shedeur is. You can't deny how great he is. Y'all hate his arrogance, his swagger, his confidence. That's the entire NFL. That's how he got to the 5th round. Because of that. It wasn't because of gameplay. It wasn't because of the tape. It was because y'all listened to lying-ass Dayball who said Shedeur came into a meeting and he wasn't prepared. That's why he fired right now. Told y'all about playing with God's children. You don't play with those that are chosen. But you keep trying to do them wrong. And everything you try fails. Fails so bad, you even got Tony Grossi swapping up. Now he a Shedeur fan. What the hell?
Congratulations to Shedeur. Outstanding game. He won, the Browns lost.
Yeah.
What I found most impressive about a very impressive day was that he came back from 2 double-digit deficits
Twice.
both times. He made more plays in that game than he had in his 2.5 games prior combined. And he brought him back. And I don't.
Let's correct that. He made more plays in that game than any other Browns quarterback had all season. All season. Any one of them.
I don't even blame him for the interception.
Yeah.
Because
he was trying.
as he explained it, we needed a spark. And I'll learn not to do that. You know, he said everything. I'm really impressed with his self-awareness after games. But on the field, he deserves his props. That was outstanding. Congrats.
Now, see, when you get a hater to turn completely around and acknowledge that they was just wrong, what does that say? That he was so enthralled with all this bull crap that the Browns was feeding him from inside of the building, telling him that Shedeur wasn't ready, telling him that he's behind Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel is light years ahead of Shedeur, which we all knew was a lie. And I've told you from the jump, Shedeur was the most NFL quarterback-ready player in the draft. But y'all wanted to listen to the bull crap. Just the same way y'all listen to the bullshit Trump said. Just lies. But you believe them. Why? When the evidence is right in your face. You didn't watch the tape? You didn't watch none of that Colorado film? You didn't see none of that greatness when he was in Colorado? None. None of that showed up in your news feed nowhere at any time in life. This Sunday he playing with Caleb Williams, who he was better than when Kim and Caleb Williams went head to head. This is nothing new to the people that have watched Shedeur, who have followed Shedeur, who have watched him grow in this football journey. It's new to you, but you need to listen to the people who have knowledge and experience in this subject, who have been here since day one, who have watched him grow up from a kid. Shedeur just turning all the haters around. I'm telling y'all.
I don't care if they have the #1 overall pick. It's best for the Browns to trade back, pick up another #1, get an offensive lineman, a blue chip. Their offensive line is terrible, and the only person that's coming back is DeJuan Jones, who's been hurt every year.
Right.
You need offensive line help. You also need some playmakers. Get the team better, and let's see what Shedeur could do. Right? Like, that's where I'm at. Next year, go in off season, see what he could do, And if he goes on and is great, great. If not, then you draft a quarterback.
Even the haters are coming around, which it wasn't never hard to do. It wasn't hard for us to do because we saw it with our very own eyes. We watched it happen from day one. But y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about all of this. All this hate, all this newfound love for, oh, I didn't know he could do that. They out there. But y'all let us know in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? Do your boy a solid. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Always helps us out. Hit that little star right down there. Hype your boy up. And let's talk about it in the comment section. Keep this thing flowing. You know how we get down in the comment section. It'd be some arguments. It'd be some truth telling. It'd be a whole lot of things going on in the comment section. But we about it though. Anyway, man, I'm gonna holler at y'all. Appreciate all the love, all the support. Appreciate y'all for coming around. I'm out of here. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace out.